Yeah, it's podcast time.
Take your time, dude.
I will. Thank you very much. I love Chipotle. Hey, did you know this podcast is powered by Chipotle?
I heard Chipotle is pretty good.
Wait, do they have it in Canada?
Like nowhere here. Let's say if Sajam has a Chipotle ad
Yeah,
and I'm like, I want Chipotle. It's like America only, dude.
that's how it goes.
What's up with that?
We're better at being fat. Have you ever thought about that? We just love calories here. Like we're just like all about it.
You'll never beat me.
Well, you should try being from the US where we have all these great deals, like these awesome Chipotle deals. You ever thought about that?
I could try that.
Yeah, you're just so impatient. Like I feel like I'm here on time.
Dude, I'm hungry. I'm actually hungry as fuck.
Are you hungry?
Dude.
Okay.
And then you were like, I do Chipotle. Chipotle's sponsoring my shit today. Dude, I want fucking Chipotle. That's the problem.
How's the audio, by the way? Do I need to turn her up or do I need to be turned up on her stream? How is it everything turned?
Damn, look at this dude trying so hard. You spoil the fuck out of your chat, dude. Just let it be shitty. Just let it suck. Your chat's so spoiled. You're like, look at all my background shit. Dude, my background is a bed, unmade bed. Half my pillows are like, they look like they're they're trying to escape, dude.
I used to have the bed background, to be fair. But then I became from streets. I got the Chipotle deal and now I have the sun.
I don't fuck with the sun, dude.
Okay.
Hey, you know what's cool? I could do this.
What happened?
It's like, look, dude. It's like the abyss.
You need to, like, I don't know who you need to find. This is not okay. It's not good for your eyes.
I mean, I can't see anyways.
Okay.
Why do you think I have those big ass glasses, dude?
That's kind of what I'm getting at here. Yeah. I got a question for you, if you don't mind, to start off the podcast.
Okay. Do you want me to turn the light on?
Yeah, I would prefer that. How do you feel about charge characters?
Why do you ask?
I'm guessing it's not a positive response.
I mean, I have no problem with charge characters. I think, I played Potemkin. There's no trouble. Why would you ask that?
What about the charge characters in Street Fighter 6?
No, I don't. Not even Honda, dude. I don't have a problem with Honda.
Honda, huh? Did you run into Tokido 77777?
No, absolutely not. I didn't.
I played against.
Look, okay. I'll explain it to you. You got to be fair, though.
Okay.
Look at me.
What's up?
You need to listen to me. Okay?
I'm listening.
You're not looking at me though.
Oh, this is where you are on my screen.
Okay.
And not up here. Yeah.
But no, look at
the camera. What's up, camera?
Yeah,
now I can't see anything.
So no, that's okay. You got to look at me though.
This way.
All right. I said someone was asking me a question about charge characters. I said, they're cool, right? I said they're all right. I had a slight misstep in how I spoke. I was busy. I'm playing Manon, the Thinker's character, right? I said charge characters are not normal. And my chat called me a bigot. I didn't say freaks or anything like that, dude. I didn't. I'm not a bigot. I'm not. I didn't call them freaks. I'm being fucking framed. Don't listen to anybody in Twitch chat.
I feel like I just heard the word come out of your mouth.
No, I didn't say that.
That's wild. I can't believe you would insinuate such a thing. I played a charge character also in Street Fighter 5. I'm not playing a charge character in this game.
I played in Exerd. I booted up Exerd. Then I did 6K loops. I got the charge in my hands, dude.
So is this like a you can make fun of charge character players because you play charge characters? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I didn't want to say that. It was I got. You're
confused. Like I can be as bigoted as I want because
no.
People.
I played Potemkin. I played a charge character, dude.
Some of my best friends are Potemkin player energy right
Claire,
now.
I mean, that's my friend. She plays a charge character, right?
A likely story. How's your Street Fighter 6 experience been so far? You been vibing? Been gaming?
Dude, I've played this shit so much. I need to bitch about Strive. If we're going to talk about Street Fighter 6, I have to bitch about Strive.
Let it out.
I hate Guilty Gear Strive. I like playing Guilty Gear Strive, but all the barriers of entry to me playing Guilty Gear Strive make me hate Guilty Gear Strive.
I think everybody who's played the online in this video game, like how you can just click a button and then rank match so fast. Like there's no downtime.
Look at me. I can play the fucking game. Dude, It's been years. Dude, it's literally been years.
Yeah.
Do you understand how fucked up that is to say? Yeah. More than 1 year, dude.
I'm so tired. Fast that like you can play a ranked match and then it comes out and it's like, here comes a new I'm like, dude, I need a second. Like can we all just hold on?
Yeah, you're pushy. It's bad vibes that Strive has made me complacent and waiting for like 10 minutes to play a game. I mentioned this when we did our last one after EVO Japan. It's like I was in such a good mood to just play Strive and just practice. And I got home and I literally got hacked on my first stream back. And then I tried to enter the last CLG run it. And then I got blocked from that because of a hacker too. Yeah. Dude, do you understand how fucked up that is? Like that I could not even enter my Oryx last tournament because of hacker problems. Because of
somebody
infrastructure
can just willingly crash your Guilty Gear Strive game whenever they feel like it. They're just
it is internet problems for me. I was so used to just playing it that I was like, oh, it's like whatever, dude. I'll just get over it, right? I'll get over it. I'll play in a week. I played 3 times before Combo Breaker in the span of EVO Japan to Combo Breaker. And I could not play for the first half of April.
When Sin came out, Hackerman started like really being a thing. So the last 3 DLC characters straight, the Hackerman just shown back up and crashed my game stream.
It has been 7 months.
Yeah, I haven't really been able to play the game the same way, and I haven't had the same motivation because as a human, the way I value fighting games is like you can just play as much as possible, right? Like I want good, good online play and like let me play. And Strive, like, even though the lobby system has been ass since the original beta that we got, literally 10 years ago, over 3 years ago. Yeah, it was April 2020 when the first closed beta happened, and we all bitched about it. The net code was good, and like that part, like just playing against people was good, but then like it's just been a problem that got worse and worse and worse because you settle for like the shitty lobby because you're like, well, at least the online matches are good once you get in, and like when you're playing, it's fine. But then like Street Fighter comes out, and you're like, okay,
oh, I get to play the game.
Yeah, I could just play the like.
I just get to play. Period. Like, dude, I just streamed Street Fighter 6 for like 3 hours, and it was so painless. I forgot what that was like.
Yeah, you just like, play online and you're just vibing, mashing, having a great time.
I legitimately forgot what it's like to just play game after game and just have a good fucking time. It's actually crazy. Like, I'm not joking. Like, it sounds funny when I say it like that, but it's true, dude. Like, streaming Strive for the last 2 years literally conditioned me to expect less.
This game,
that's bad.
Street Fighter 6, I think, and NRS games are like the only video games that are fighting games. You know what I mean? Like they're like the only games where like there's just tons of features and like cool stuff. And I think the problem now is like when a new fighting game comes out that doesn't have all the good stuff of Street Fighter 6. We're just talking about the online stuff, right?
Yeah.
Strive did it with the online play, I think. It was like, hey, if the online play is not as good as this, then what do you want me to do? But now Street Fighter came out, I was like, what's up? Isn't this just really nice? Like, look at all these great features.
Yeah.
And you're just like, well, you got to beat that at least for me to be interested. You got to match it.
I feel the same. Again, I love actually playing Strive.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's been so frustrating. I feel like I don't even want to play Strive anymore. Like, I think, honestly, before I was like, I'm kind of hyped for Oscar. I was even telling you, I was like, I want to play the funny Magic Man. He's kind of cool. Yeah. As soon as I touched SF6, dude, the only thoughts in my mind have been fuck Guilty Gear Strive. Not even because of the gameplay, but it's just a pain in the fucking ass.
It's hard to play. So many fighting games are like that. There's always like every game it feels like releases, and it's like, oh, the gameplay is really fun, but like it's so hard to play the game because of X and Y. Yeah, it's either the online play is bad, or the lobby systems are bad, or like this thing happened. It's always something. And Street Fighter 6, you can just like play the game online, and you're like, hell yeah. Even though I think the actual netcode in Strive is better, but
I mean, it's very good. It's very good.
But like Street Fighter 6 just like matches you and it matches fast, and like the online play in 6 is like fine. This is like an overall better experience for me, so I'm just like, well,
like obviously I'm not a Street Fighter player. Like I've dabbled in 4 and 5, but I never really focused on it. I was always a Gear player, and like I remember how funny, as someone that played Exert, how funny a 5's release was, right?
Yeah. Now
our release was actually total ass, because in Exert there's a lot of stuff that like, it has a very promising future. Like the tutorial mode I loved. Like I think it was the best made tutorial for a fighting game for a long time, because it was interesting. They never did anything like that again. No one else really did anything like that again. Strives is so bad. It's literally just like, do this, and that's it. So it's like basically they went back to how it was before Exert, which is like whack. And obviously like not everyone's going to use the tutorial, but that's like a good example of the type of features and stuff that people would expect, right? Like I was really like, the future for Strive is going to be good because they put that kind of effort in, they care, right? It's just stupid.
It's funny too because Street Fighter has like so many good features. Like it's so feature rich. It has like that kind of normal tutorial.
Yeah.
But then it has like the real tutorial, which is World Tour mode. Like World Tour mode is straight up like bad guys do moves that are unsafe and the enemy flashes white and it's like go hit that guy. Like look at that. You can go hit that guy right now. Go get him. Like you beat up random old people on the street and like you're just mashing and having a great time.
I beat up a few old people.
Yeah,
I did that. We definitely bitched about this last time, but it's like they fixed the problem and it's just back to like how it was pre-crossplay. And I still had problems where like I couldn't connect with some people without just like having some sort of error or like having to reconnect or something. It just sucked. And being able to play 6, like even before I even discussed the game, being able to connect to people and just play as stupid as this sounds is so fucking nice.
I mean, it's fun because it has the lobby, like the lobby system is actually not that different from Strive. 3D, like you run around in the lobby and there's like a bunch of cabinets. Like it's a similar energy to Strive actually, but like the machines work and like they have spectating live on them, which is like really nice. And then they also have like bonus kudos if you get on this machine, which is like you get your titles for your characters and stuff. And then you can also just at any point not do that and click ranked match and casual match and then just instant queue in and like get matches immediately. And like you also could just queue from training mode if you don't want to go into that. And they have the private lobbies where like 4 matches happen simultaneously with lots of spectator slots. So
it's just so much better. Like as someone that like really like I was fucking ride or die for gear for a long time. Ever since late plus R, so like almost 10 years. And like I'm very done with gear after this. I think unless they make something like really that just like a redemption arc, I think I'm done.
I mean, this is how I feel about like every game though, because this is like what I've been bitching about for forever. My most popular video for a long time was like, you should ask for fighting games to have better features.
Yeah, just have features.
And they're like slowly getting there, right? Because like for a while, people are just like, well, who cares if X and Y because your game sucks. Like that's how everybody acted. But I think now it's like everybody's like, wait, these features are actually so nice. Like the game is just chock full. Why as a consumer would you not want features, first of all, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This game is proof that like the features can exist. Why shouldn't they exist, right? Maybe you're like, damn, there's so many features I can't read the menu. Like June is a boomer and he's like trying to navigate the menu and he's getting pissed.
Oh, UI confusing.
Which I get it. It's hard. Small text. He's got to get the old man glasses. It's there. The menu's a bit convoluted, but yeah, I mean, there's so many good features.
Though now that I got that out of my system, and I needed to get that out of my system, dude. Mm-hmm. Well, you know this obviously, but I literally for like the last like 2 weeks or like wait, it's not even been like a week. It's been like 3 days. I feel like I've done this to you like 5 times, and like I just fucking hate Strive. Like I just message you. I'm just like I'm so tired.
Yeah,
of
that was like launch day. I like finished my stream. I feel like, and I just open it up. And like I just see you saying like I fucking hate Strive. I can just play online in this game, dude. Why can't I play online in Strive?
To get away from just complaining about the system, I like SF6 system a lot. I think how everything comes together is really good in a way that I think incentivizes you to play in a way that is very familiar with what I like. Like, with Exert, I think resource management was really the defining thing. Strive, I don't think it really matters as much. Like, they almost really don't want you to consider it as often. 6, it's way more focused on that again.
Yeah.
And that's so good. Because I think resource management is one of the best ways of actually seeing how good somebody is. Because more so than just playing footsies, and obviously playing footsies and your spacing and neutral and stuff matters. But like in this game, it really punishes you if you don't consider your resources. And being able to add on to that is really a sign of, I think, a good game. And also really incentivizes playing not just for your like greatest advantage, but like also around how your opponent can also deal with your own resource usage.
No, I mean, that's like the biggest thing for me is that fighting games with fun resources are always better, I think, because if they don't have a complex resource system, every game tests the same skills in different ways, right? Like your reactions, your decision making, your strategy, your combo routing, how you run Oki, how you run offense, like how you choose to defend, how you move, like all those, like, everything that's in a fighting game, like they all get tested in every game. But additional resource management is like, that's the part that's hard. So like games like Uni and this game, and you mentioned Exerd.
Uni is so good.
Yeah, any game where like you have to consider not only all the normal like facets of the game, but extensively consider your resources. Not just like, oh, I have bar, I'll spend it. Should I spend it? Like, is this the right choice?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And which bar should I spend? Every time you get a hit in this game, you're like, should I spend drive gauge? Is it okay if I burn out? Am I going to kill if I burn out? Should I spend super gauge? Should I spend EX gauge? Should I spend EX and super? Should I spend drive and then EX and then super? Like, you have to consider so many things. So it's not only improving yourself as a player, but like, you know, your footsies, anti-airs, like, oh, I missed a punish there, all that kind of stuff. But also like, okay, should I spend the gauge here or not? And like, I think the game is like clearly really developed in that sense, because sometimes you can pause it and like look at a scenario and be like, all right, what should I spend the gauge here? And then even if you pause the game and ask yourself that question, it's hard to answer it. It's hard to think about the right choice when the game is paused. Then like obviously solving it while you're playing live is extremely difficult, which that makes for a really good fighting game that like no matter how long you play it, you're going to be trying to figure out those solutions, you know?
I think like honestly, if you really love Uni, you get that same vibe. Yeah. And I know I saw your little spider boy back then, dude.
I'm a fan. Byac, yeah.
Because of that sort of thing, like a lot of people hate drive impact, but I actually kind of like it in the context of this system, because I think it's incentivizes being kind of like, obviously right now it's like Flail City. But I think how it develops will be really interesting, and also shows like how conscious you're paying attention to stuff, how you're kind of assessing things. Like if I like go for whiff punishes and someone forces something on me and I like adapt to that, and then, you know, they do drive impact and I'm not ready. That's just another layer of RPS that I think is really cool, because it's a strong RPS option that gets always mentioned. I'm getting my fucking glasses on because I'm talking about nerd shit.
I also think it's like really interesting because there's like lots of scenarios in this game too where like, I don't know, I'm cornered and I get burnt out and someone's going to do like a button and a drive impact on me. And I'm like, I don't even think I should super this. Like, I think it's just wrong to waste the resources. And you watch the best players and they're fucking it up constantly. They're just making mistakes and burning out and doing all this stuff on accident constantly, because the game just asks a lot of you as a player. So it's impossible to make the right choices, right? It's like very easy to just flub.
How it develops will show a lot of skill. It also shows how the type, like, also a lot of different play styles can be exposed, or like you can see it just by how they interact with it and how they choose to prioritize it and stuff like that. I think overall the system feels really good. I really love playing it. It's so easy to just play.
Yeah,
as I'm like super in love with SF6. I think honestly, after this stream, after a little podcast, I'm gonna go sign up for EVO and just for SF6, because I'm that into it. I really want to compete in it.
Hell yeah!
And that's not something I felt for a long time. Like obviously with Strive, I was like, oh yeah, I'm excited to get back into it, but it was hard to keep going.
I mean, when you can't play the game because you have like. It's particularly bad for streamers because you just get targeted by the hacker man.
Yeah.
And like, it's our job to stream and play the game. So you're just like, well, like this sucks. Like it's really extra bad for Strive in that sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like the system in this game is so complex and interesting. And like, for me, those are the kinds of fighting games I like the most. I usually like versus games and games that are extremely fast paced in decision making. Like KI is a good example where like there's no downtime in the game. Like every time you get hit, every combo, you have to make conscious decisions about your choices, their choices, whether you're being hit or on the defensive. Same thing with versus games being extremely fast paced. Things like Uni too. So like, to me, resource heavy system games like this, where there's so much to consider all the time and your brain gets like jellied because there's just so much happening, and like everybody's stressed out playing this game. They're like, dude, this is the hardest game to play. I like play for like 3 hours and I'm exhausted. That's like, to me, the perfect kind of fighting game. It's the kind of stuff I like digging into. Even if it didn't have all this good system stuff, I'd probably be like, well, it's Street Fighter, I'll probably have some fun. But they also slam dunked it on a first try for this gauge, which I think is
so much.
They could have messed this up really bad. Like this drive
they really could have.
Yeah, it could be terrible really easily.
I mean, it's funny to think about, since 5 was 7 years ago now, and a lot of people got into the fighting game community over the pandemic. Shitty launch was like arcade mode, or it was like there's no arcade mode or something.
No story mode. The story mode was free DLC.
People loved ragging on the characters. I'm gonna save the graphics. I'll be kind to the graphics. There's the root kit, right? Someone made a patch for the rollback to fix it, and then they patched that.
Yeah, online play was dreadful, and
it was bad.
Yeah. I mean, everything was wrong with the launch of 5. Like, it didn't really have anything good going for it besides it being a Street Fighter game. It had bad.
It was just Street Fighter 5. Yeah.
Bad online play, bad input lag, the root kit.
Yeah, 8 frames of input lag. You're right.
Yeah, the only thing to do is training mode and play other people. You couldn't rematch against people offline by choice. Only player 1 could decide if you would rematch or go back to character select. So every tournament match that ever happened for the first season, player 2 had to be like this, and player 1 was like, like this, and they had to thumbs up each other. An absurd thing to exist in the year 2016, but like, that was just where we were at in life.
Yeah, dude. I remember sitting on my fucking Exeter laurels and be like, look at these losers. I wait 3 seconds to get into a new game. These dudes are waiting fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah. The thumbs up was wild. But
the thumbs up era was, I liked it though.
Yeah, it needed to happen though, I think, because I think Street Fighter V bombing was really important for fighting games.
Oh yeah.
Every other game got to shine for a while. People just scattered to literally every other corner of the community, right? They like went everywhere else, and lots of people tried games that I think they probably wouldn't have been interested in otherwise.
100%. It's easy to forget now also since it's pre-pandemic. But the Uniclear era, or not the Uniclear, Unist era, 2019, that was such a good year for Uni. It was so good. I really fell in love with the game then. A lot of people went from 5, they're like, oh, I want to play 5. They're like, this is shit. I'll check out Uni, because that game was fucking good. Unist was so good. The resource, like this just general system, I think nothing will match how good that felt.
They did a good job, so cool. I think, with the systems in that game. And I think like a lot of people were just down to experiment. They're like, all right, well, the Street Fighter game that I love, this IP that I care about, is ass, and I want to play something else. Like, what do I play? Like, what other fighting games are there? They just didn't know. So that's when like Tekken got a big explosion, right? And that game became super popular, and people were interested in trying Gear and Uni and Melty and like all these other games. I think probably wouldn't have been nearly as interesting to people. They would have been like, well, if Street Fighter's good, I'll just play Street Fighter, right? Like that, they sort of were just happy to play their game. And now Street Fighter 6 comes out and does the opposite, which is submit out into the world an incredibly densely feature-rich game and be like, hey, this is what the normal fighting game should look like, right, guys? And now everybody else is like, oh God. Like, I think if, I don't know what the launches are going to be like for the next big games, but if your game is not as feature-rich as Street Fighter and you're one of the big IPs, you got to be like, well... that's not good, because they really crushed it. They just added so much good stuff to the game, for sure.
I've had so much fun. I've actually had, like, I can't remember the last time I've had this much fun with a fighting game. And like, there's so many people I know too who are just really happy playing 6. Like, actually, I feel like we got a little Stockholm syndrome by Strive. Like, we didn't know how bad things were until we got out,
I couple every fighting game, Strive included, into the same category, which is like, there's always something wrong. Like they could do a bunch of stuff right, but then they always do a bunch of stuff wrong.
Oh yeah.
Which feels so bad. The only games that really are not like that are NRS games, which I know NRS games are like, a lot of people don't like how they play or look, or that like, MK is violent, but I mean, they're good. I saw someone in my chat said, yeah, take notes, NRS. Dude, they've been doing this for like 5 games. You're swinging the wrong way. Like, that's the wrong company to come at. Like, if any company has had features this whole time, you're flaming the wrong people. Like, they're ahead of the game.
Yeah, like I think NRS games is really the only like full package of like
it's kind of like their reputation. Like, a lot of people are like, damn, I'm sad I don't like NRS games, because like their package of the game is so good, right? Like, it's like, if you don't like the NRS games, you're like, well, so instead you just have to hope everybody else just lives up to that expectation, which for a long time has not been that way. You know what I mean? Like, Street Fighter is the closest we've been, I think. And their PC ports are ass. As someone who loves PC,
the PC ports. I forgot about that. You love talking about the PC ports, huh?
The PC port of MK11 on launch is not a joke. When I used the recording feature in training mode, it crashed the game every time. And it killed my USB mic by launching the game. So my poor little Blue Yeti, every time I would double click.
No, not the Yeti, dude.
I would click the play button on Steam and my mic would die. This is not a joke. I played MK11 PC for 2 hours. And the next day I like bought a capture card and then bought the console version and then streamed the console version instantly.
I remember you telling me that. I mean, honestly, I forgot how it was with like bad PC ports, because I'd say Exerd, I mean, people definitely didn't expect much from Exerd. I grew up in the fucking
delay streets.
Trenches. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, me too. I was playing Marvel Delay,
True.
Street Fighter 4 Delay.
It's been so long since we've been on Delay, dude.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy would it be if it came back?
I know. Imagine it's a little throwback.
It's a little throwback. Hey, what if like for like a week, for an April Fool's, SF6 is like, we'll just make it delay based for like a day and see what happens.
Man, people would be, it would be a bad time for sure.
Now
Everybody
you can see where I was the fucking queen.
They should just
the
swap.
streets.
They should just swap the Wi-Fi indicator on April Fool. Like everybody who's on Wi-Fi
hell yeah.
shows as wired. Everybody who's wired shows as Wi-Fi. I run into people, like notable people, and they have the Wi-Fi notification in 6, and I'm like, the whole time, like it's just the betrayal. I'm like, word.
Name names. Tell
I
them,
can't.
snitch, dude.
I cannot snitch, but I mean, everybody else will make fun of them, so it doesn't matter.
Give me a hint.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, everybody knows about Mike. I haven't played Mike, but that's a great
really?
example.
Mike Ross?
Dude, Mike Ross is playing from Singapore on Wi-Fi. That's where he's at right now.
No way.
That's hype. I think
that's sicko shit. Not Mike. That is horrifying, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's the people's champ right there.
That is the people's champ. That's your boy? That's your king?
I love that. Someone in the chat said he said it's fine. Yeah, I believe that. I can imagine him just being like, "What's the problem? It's fine."
Cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I'm vibing.
You need to say it's cool. That's crazy because I played him in Exert and I remember things were a little choppy, so things are starting to add up. I'm putting one and one together here, dude.
I see.
Things are really adding up. I don't like that, dude. I really don't like that, dude. Why did you tell me that?
No, I mean, this is
why Mike Ross?
You said name names, and I said
but then you didn't name names. You just named Mike Ross.
And then the chat was like, "Oh yeah, Mike's doing it," and so that's not even me naming a name. That's like the chat all knows because he's streaming on Wi-Fi.
Dude, that's even worse. That's even worse. He's streaming and playing on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he must not have Ethernet to his PC, does he? Like,
dude, those radio waves are getting cooked. Jesus.
On a laptop? Oh man, that's sick.
That is trouble, dude. That's actually trouble. I don't like that.
That's why I didn't think about it. He's cable free.
You know what?
He's cable free.
You're right. Let's not talk about this.
He's on the move, just gaming, like on his laptop.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. My opinions of people are changing, and I don't like it. It's happening too fast.
He's not tied down anymore.
No,
there's no strings. He's just flying around gaming.
Dude, I'm out here. I'm here stuck with cords. I have 100-foot Ethernet cable going downstairs, dude.
Like
I don't have Wi-Fi in my PC.
I don't have Wi-Fi on my PC either.
Yeah, I didn't, dude. I was like,
I didn't install it. I was like, I'll never use that.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly, I should have.
Yeah, if you wanted to be a pro streamer, the people's champ.
I guess. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll swap to Honda, have a little Tokido moment.
Tokido
and then, go Wi-Fi.
I played against Tokido 7777.
Yeah,
aka
yeah,
Hanzo Gonzo. I beat him and I blocked him.
The fact that he plays Honda is like...
You know why he plays Honda?
Why?
I'm going to tell you why Hanzo Gonzo plays Honda.
Why does he play Honda?
He could not win with any other character. I like Hanzo, now that's a wild sentence to say.
Yeah,
because
sure.
Hanzo is known to be the best. Like, he's really good when a new game comes out, right? Like, he always grinds really hard. He gets really high ranked. So, like, he played Geo in Strive, and he, like, did well in some tournaments, right? Like, yeah, he was gaming.
He beat Bombabon in the Twitch rivals. You remember that?
Yeah, he was beating a lot of...
God Soul.
Mm-hmm.
God Soul. Also, that was the Soul everyone complained about. They went in your chat and they complained. You remember?
Yes. So, Hanzo is supposed to be the GOAT. So he saw me playing Marissa, and he's like, okay, I obviously will play Marissa. And he could not win.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah, so he tried like Lily, he tried all these characters, he like could not get a win. He was in the abyss. I've never seen Hanzo struggle so much in a game in my life. He literally could not win. And like normally that's his specialty, right? Like he's the best when the game comes out. Then he found Edmund Honda. And he became the greatest warrior to ever do it.
He found Edmund Honda.
Edmund Honda.
That's crazy. He used his government, dude. When I heard he played Honda, I would be like, oh, he's just trying to win. Like he's like, oh, this is funny. This guy's funny. I want to use Honda. Sumo slam and shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm disappointed in Hanzo, to be honest with you. I think he should have played Manon or something, dude.
On the topic of that, Honda is, I have to say, he's getting it pretty bad right now. People are not happy about this Honda character.
Dude.
It's Honda and Blanca right now, like the full screen. People have been calling them Totsugekis. They're like, dude, Honda's
I don't
Totsugeki.
like that.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm like, Honda is so old. Like, calling Headbutt Totsugeki is wild. I'm like,
if you say Honda as a Totsugeki, you have to be under 20 years old, and I don't like that.
Yeah, you got to be like 16
Stop talking in these Twitch chats. I'm doing a check-in on Sajam's chat. If you are under 20 years old, just leave. Just get the fuck out, dude.
Not only that, but I had someone in my chat say, oh, Lily's Duck Fierce is the same as T-Hawk. And I was like, that motherfucker's 45. Like, if you say some shit like that, Duck Fierce, I was like, that you're 45. Love that for you, though. Happy you're still in the gaming.
Dude, dude, if anyone's like, oh, Lily's like T-Hawk, I'm like, you're older than me, dude.
I think it's fine to know that. But calling a Crouching Heavy a Duck Fierce is so old. Like, that is, like, really old, you know, like you've been around for some time. I'm not flaming that person because
love to see old people go.
That person is beating your ass online in Street Fighter 6, I promise you. And they're not doing a single combo. They're just playing Guile and crouching and beating your ass.
Yeah, dude, he got off his job at the fucking steel factory and he came home to beat your ass. And then he said something about like Duck Fierce and shit
and
like that.
You may be thinking like, doesn't that person have kids? They're already out the house. Like that person is so old, they've already left.
They're in college, dude.
Yeah, they're vibing. They have time to play.
You are their child now. I feel like we've gushed about 6 a lot. Do you want to talk about Combo Breaker?
We could talk about Combo Breaker. That's a good point. We should get there before we talk too much about Edmund. We'll come back to.
We'll come back to E Honda.
Yeah, Combo Breaker. That was a great time.
Honda.
I had a lovely time. The way I talked about it, because you know on the last podcast you were struggling with the gamer mist in parentheses.
So much.
Derogatory. Combo Breaker was like the gamer mist in parentheses positive. Like
reinvigorating.
Everybody was vibing at CB. I had a lovely time. I cannot say I had a great time. It's probably the most fun I've had at CB. I think I was very busy. It's the first year that I saw my schedule. And I didn't pack an arcade stick. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna have time. I'm gonna be too busy to play any video games. I was like, I got work to do because I had Will It Kill and then commentary basically all day throughout each day. Like it was like spread out throughout the day. So because I was gonna be so busy, I was like, you know, I'm not sure if there's any point. I had 2 top 8s to commentate, KI and Strive. And then I had like the Will It Kill, and I just had lots of stuff. I was like, I'm not going to have time. But despite that, despite being incredibly busy, I had a super dope time.
Oh, you were really busy. Hey, you did a thing again to me. Do you remember that?
You keep saying a thing. Okay, you describe what I did.
The thing. You know what I'm talking about. As soon as I said that, you're like, oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, describe the thing because I'll describe it from my perspective.
Okay, here's what I think. I'm going to tell you guys a story. You guys want to know how me and Sajam met? I should say in person. We've known each other before this. I was in Cali before EVO 2019. I went to a Wednesday Night Fights and I at Sajam and I said, hey, I'm at Wednesday Night Fights. If you want to come hang out, show up. There's no reply. I'm just like, okay, maybe he's busy. Randomly, like 2 hours later, I turn around, just sitting, playing games, and Sajam's just sitting there. He's just like, and I'm just like, dude, where the fuck did you come from?
And then I said, what's up?
What are you doing? And you said, what's up? You said, howdy there. Yeah, I remember. I remember that. And you did the same thing this time. I saw you go from reception to like the hotel lobby or something. Then 15 minutes later, I'm talking to a friend. My friend says, look behind you. And I already knew what it was. I turned around. It's Sajam. Again, howdy there, gamer. Why do you just, like, you know, you can tap me on the shoulder or something, say hi.
Well, now from my perspective, both times, like a normal human, I walked up and you were, like, conversing with someone else. So I, like, waited for you to finish. And then I said hi. You make it sound like I'm just like lurking for 5 hours. I was there for like 5 seconds. And then I was like waiting for, you know, because I don't want to speak over anybody or anything. I'm just waiting. I'm like, oh, I'll let them finish.
Yeah.
Person finishes and then I'm going to say hi. And then the person is just, you know, because now it's like this. My life is like this. They're like, oh, it's Sajam. Like that happens now. So it's hard for me to just like naturally let a conversation finish. But yeah, like I just stood there and waited because I was like, I want to be polite and not interrupt anything. And you were like, fucking interrupt everybody. Run in here, do a drop kick on this person I'm talking to and just fucking be like, I'm Sajam, bitches. Like that's what you said. And I was like, no, dude, I'm going to be polite and just wait for people to finish speaking and then I'll say hi.
I'm respectful of your schedule. I know you're a busy guy. How about that, dude? How about that? I know you're busy. I don't want you to wait around for me. Just say hi and that's it. And
yeah, you want
dude,
me to
look at me, dude. Look at me. Steven, look at me.
What's up?
I saw you in front of me and then you specifically went behind me the next time.
Well, I walked to get coffee. That's what happened. And then the escalator led up the other way. It's not complex. Like it's not a conspiracy. I walked around and I was like, oh, let me get coffee.
It felt like a conspiracy, dude. It was weird.
No, in fact, it was like my strategy was as we were Ubering This is true. As I was Ubering to the hotel, I ordered coffee to get there when I arrived. So I was like, I'm gonna need this. This is gonna save my life. So then I grabbed the coffee. I was like, ooh, escalators, go around, coffee, grab. Like your perception is like on some like serial killer shit, and like all I did is like, oh, let me grab coffee and I'll go say hi. I'll let this person finish speaking, and then after they're done, I'll say hi. But you're just like out here like, let's order 100 nuggies and get turned. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that is what I said. That is literally what I said. I was gonna go eat with Sajam day one, and then I was like, oh, I'm busy.
Right? Yeah, no, that's not even close to. I pulled up and I was like, are we gonna grab food? And you said I had deep dish, and I'm stoned, and I've been full for 12 hours. That's like what you said. Happen. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go eat something else.
That's kind of what I meant.
I feel like my recollection is like less clouded.
I disagree.
That's what happened.
I disagree. I mean, you're really busy, dude. You got a lot going on.
I am quite, yeah.
I don't have a lot going on, dude. I was just chilling. Why do you think I was stoned?
That does make sense. How was your CB overall? You were vibing?
It was very good. I had a really good time. My only real complaint, and this is like such a petty thing. In fact, you know this. You already know this. You already know my one complaint. I couldn't get Wi-Fi in the venue as someone that's like from out of the country, which kind of sucked. Yeah. It was kind of hard to set up plans and do stuff all the time. But, you know, I had some great friends that lent me their hotspot, you know?
It is, I think there is a Wi-Fi in the venue, right? It's probably just slammed is my guess. That's like the...
maybe. You needed like a code or something that I just missed, basically.
Yeah.
But, you know, I wanted like ABCD. I want fucking Babby
People said call Mike Ross. Yeah, not being able to get Wi-Fi in the venue that definitely is tough. But I mean...
But like, that's petty. That's like kind of petty, I would say.
Everything else was dope, though. I mean, I had a great time. I complained about it on my stream. But my biggest complaint was the Smash volunteer or stage runner or whoever it was who was working CB.
Was it?
I don't know who it was. It was just a Smasher who cut the line in the staff food room. Like everybody there was staff.
Oh, they're sick.
And he was like a Smasher. So he was like, no Johns, bro, but I gotta go like I gotta work soon real quick. So could I just like float myself to the front of the line real quick? Like no hand warmsies. And then he legit walked in front of all of the hardworking staff at Combo Breaker and cut in line to get food.
Oh, you should have told me. We could have arrested them. We could have done a citizen's arrest.
It was unreal. I was like,
that's illegal.
Yeah, you know what everybody else did? They walked in as staff. They were like, oh, I have to work soon. Oh, it's going to take me too long to be in this line to get food. I'm going to just go do my job now and I'll get food later. That's what I did. I was like, well, guess I'm not getting this food. I don't have enough time. Like a normal human.
You should have asked me. I would have gotten you like 100 nuggies.
It's okay. I just bothered Hanzo Gonzo. That's my.
Oh, good. That's like the second thing I would have recommended. Yeah,
I couldn't believe it though. I couldn't believe he just came in and was just like.
That is some sicko behavior.
Yeah, of course.
I want you to point out this person to me. I won't tell anybody, but I'll be like.
The thing is like I don't remember what they look like that well.
Oh, you will. When you see them, it'll come back.
I remember their
it'll be like light touching the Death Note again, dude.
Yeah, their energy is like I remember their energy. In fact, I didn't even know they were a Smasher at first. I had a suspicion, and because like all Smashers, I don't know, I don't want to stereotype you guys that bad. Sorry, but this is true. They use like the drawstring bags. They all have a drawstring bag that's like Beyond the Summit or like Cloud9 or like the Big House. They always have one of those, man. I don't know how to like break it to you, but they're always wearing one of those. And I didn't like, I saw it and I was like, that's suspicious. And then like he got in line and was just like, it's my first combo breaker, but I've worked like 6 the big houses and like 2 smashing splashes. As he's like loading up the food, and I was like, you gotta go. You're never allowed back in here. If I see you again, it's over. I'm about to drop kick you. Like it's the end.
Dude, I can tell on like a core level.
Cutting in line for staff food. In fact, it's the opposite because I was in there and somebody was like, Sajam, why didn't you just cut in line using your Hollywood privilege? And I was like, no, like if I didn't have time, I wouldn't do it. Somebody legit said that.
I have decency. Dude, that's actually fucked up. I don't like that. That's actually really whack.
Yeah, I was like, I can tell,
dude, this hurts you, didn't it?
It did. I'm not above cutting if I have my privilege to use it. Yes, for things like a good example is as a commentator, I have no time. So like I will go to a booth and be like, hey, I'm about to go commentate for 17 hours. but I'd like to buy that shirt. Can you save that shirt for me, and I'll come pick it up at the end of the day?
Dude, that's okay though. I think that's okay.
That seems, totally fine. Like that's tournament legal. I'm like, I'm gonna take one of
that
your
is finest... tournament legal. You're right.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. That's tournament legal. I've done that before. But like skipping people on schedules with things like food, unacceptable. That's unacceptable. Dude.
I couldn't believe it.
Fuck with food.
It was unreal. I was like, oh my god.
Dude, next time I will fight them.
Yeah, next time I'm gonna make like a honey pot. I'm gonna be like in the food room, like disguised. I'm gonna wear like the Groucho Marx glasses. I already have the nose, but I'll get a new mustache, and then I'll just be like posted up in the staff room. And like when I see a smasher cut, I'm taking their ass out. I'm gonna just be a bouncer. I remember, this is actually true. I'm pretty serious about food when it comes to commentators eating. At one EVO,
as you should be,
there was no food for like the commentators planned at all. And at EVO that year, I found out that there was like a staff food room, and they were like, "Oh, the commentators are not allowed to eat in here. You know, you have breaks. You can just go get food on your breaks." And I was like, "I want you to understand, I can't. I have like a 2-hour break, and it takes 30 minutes to like walk out of this venue.
And
like 30 minutes to walk back, and people stop me constantly when I'm moving. So it's impossible for me to leave the venue, come back and eat in 2 hours. I simply can't do it. Like, it's not like, I promise you that shit is not gonna happen unless I like bulldoze, right? So I just told all the commentators, hey, there's staff food room here, come eat. I was like, I don't care that they say that we're not allowed to eat here. If you guys are hungry, just come eat here. And then the next year they were like, hey, we have staff food, including for the commentators, because we clean them out.
You walk 15 minutes to stay in line for 30 minutes to have some
it's whack.
$15 greasy pizza, dude.
I was fighting Hanzo Gonzo. I was like, bro, this is not for the commentators. I was like, I don't care, bro. I'm eating the sandwich. I'm giving them out. I was like Robin Hood. I was like, all right, everybody, come here.
You were Robin Hood, dude.
Yeah.
It always comes back to Hanzo, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hanzo. Oh wait, he's gonna stop me? Like, all right, bro. Headbutt me in real life. See if Tokido 77's head is as hard as he thinks.
Hanzo's like, he's too busy, dude. You could just do anything. He's like, don't do this, please. And then you just do it anyways because he's doing production. He's busy.
That's what happens.
Sorry, Tokido.
And now last year there was staff food for commentators. It was lovely. I had no complaints. Thank you, Evo.
Yeah.
Hooked it up. No smasher cutting line on me. There was just food everywhere, and I was very happy.
You know what I'm excited for?
What's that?
Now I'm excited for EVO. You know why?
Because you have Street Fighter 6.
Because I have Street Fighter 6, but also I have a friend with a hotspot that I can always use.
That's true. Also, EVO, in my experience, EVO actually has real Wi-Fi.
That's true. That did work better. But if I see Steven's iPhone,
you'll know the hotspot's on.
Yeah, the hotspot's available.
I'm there to save all the international players. I'm like, all right, I got you.
Yeah, Sajam is my hookup with the hotspot, dude.
Yeah, they actually do have Wi-Fi in almost every venue. It just never works. Like, I can't remember the last hotel I went to with functioning Wi-Fi in general. Obama is talking about Chipotle catering. Chipotle also worked with Combo Breaker, and I never had any Chipotle.
Really?
There was Chipotle catering, but I swear they like looked at my schedule and they're like, all right, have the food arrive the minute he's busy. Like, I swear all of the catering hit when I wasn't there. Like, as soon as I walked in and I just see like guac stains left behind and like, like a half empty bag of chips, like all the food is just gone. All the Chipotle is gone.
But I'm excited because then you can steal it from me.
Maybe at EVO it'll be different. Maybe there'll be mountains. I imagine there'll be like a Chipotle guacamole waterfall, and I'll just be grabbing chips, just having some, and I'll be like, there's guac for everybody. I'll be scooping chips and just throwing them to the crowd. That'll be me. I'll be like, oh, there's Romolla, just toss one over. Yeah. Oh, there's Obama. Dude. It'll be great,
dude. Oh, I mean, don't give Obama any.
Well, he's working. He's gonna need the food.
Oh, fuck that. He doesn't deserve shit, dude.
Wow.
Not after EVO Japan. Dude's like,
he was going through it. He fought for his life. Dude, after EVO Japan, he deserves a lot of good things in his life.
No,
that's where I'm at.
I'm done with Obama's in trouble. For years, Obama's like, you've gotta come to this event. You gotta come to this event. Nobody shows up for international competition. Dude, I went there and that shit rearranged my DNA, dude. The fucking gamer mist fucked me so bad, dude. And you're like, and then I see you and you're like, this sucks. Yeah, dude. Why did I have to go and die for it, dude? Why did I have to die in there? Dude, my soul is still in Japan. My soul is still in that fucking venue.
Yeah. That is rough.
I can't get out.
We used to have tournaments in California, and people would be like, I'm thinking about coming. And I'd be like, our tournaments suck, but they're in California. That's what I used to say.
See, that's what you should say, dude.
That's what he needed to tell you.
Yeah, if Obama was like, it sucks, but it's in Japan. Like, say no more. Say no more, King. You got me.
That makes sense.
But it was this event, so it's going to be good, dude. It's going to be good. No, dude, it was stinky. It was literally stinky. And I was there. I smelt it, dude. With my own nostrils.
He said, let's get high off fermented gamer mist, which I think did happen probably.
Not in a good way. Not like when you're like, oh, you were stoned. I was like stoned. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You were on a bad
one. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. CB was dope. Tournament was fun. Everything about it, like, I had a great time.
Yeah.
The matches were good. People seemed to have a lot of fun.
I had a really good time. I got to meet a lot of people that I've not seen for years. Because literally my last American tournament was November 2019. A lot of the people that I'm really close with are like, I still hadn't seen them in ages because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so it was just really cool for that. I got to see a lot of people ask to take a lot of pictures. It was kind of funny being in the same area as you, because they'd go for a picture with you. Then they'd see, oh, that crazy cow lady's over there. I'll take a picture with her too. And then it was like a chain reaction every time. That was actually unironically cool. I thought that was cool.
That's why
I've never had stuff like that before, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say you must have been swarmed with people.
But it was cool. It was really cool, and I had a good time. I got to play a lot of Strive. I did have a great time playing Strive. Like I said, like playing Strive when I actually get to play it, it's fucking great. I'll just say I had a good time offline, and I'm not having a good time online. That's all I'm going to leave it at. We got to have 100 nuggies, you and me.
Yeah.
We ate 100 nuggies. Moste, Claire girlfriend. It was good.
Well, also Razzo and Umi show. We packed
and they had some.
We had
100 nuggies.
Like we ordered 100 nuggies and deep dish, not together, like separately, and then. Like all that food came, and then Razzo and Umi show like walked up, and they were like, "Hey, we have to go play Strive Top 24 in like 5 minutes." But we come over to say what up, and we wanted to eat. And then there was like a box of 100 nuggies, and we were like done. So there's like 50 left or something.
There's like
this
40,
deep dish,
like 50 or 40. Yeah.
Yeah, like we'd eaten a lot. We're like, "Hey, do you two just want to take these nuggies to go?" And like a goblin, Umi show was just like, yeah, and started grabbing nuggies and just loading up this box. And then we're like, hell yeah, take the nuggies and go.
Just take them. We don't want them anymore.
Yeah, they just loaded it up like a lunchbox and like grabbed it. And we were like, all right, like sent them off to school.
Let's go, ladies, take your lunchbox.
Yeah, and then they went to play. And then like as they left, I was thinking this, and you said the same thing, which was like, you know, one box had like 6 nuggies in it, and the other box had like 40, right?
Yes.
And we were like, why didn't they just take the box with 40 nuggies? Like, why did they transfer?
They transferred nuggies over, and then they took what was left. They took like 30 nuggets.
They could have just, there was no need to transfer. They could have just taken the box, and we were just like, I don't know. But, you know, that's how
they were maybe considerate. Oh, and you know what? I gotta give a big shout out to you, because you bought me a grande caramel frappuccino.
I did buy coffee. Yeah.
Sajam bought me a grande caramel frappuccino, guys.
I bought the pizza and I bought the coffee for everybody because I figured
I bought the nuggies.
Yeah, you bought the nuggies. You know. I figured everybody could use some coffee and pizza because those are things that my body needed. And I also kept up the tradition that after every top 8, because I did top 8 last year and this year, there's like no food left and I'm starving, you know, because like it's late and I haven't eaten in a while, and I just go backstage and there's like cold deep dish pizza, which is so much worse than cold pizza.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so much worse. And so after the tournament's over, I just eat a slice of cold deep dish pizza because there's no other food, and it's Sunday in Schaumburg, whatever the hell that means.
Schaumburg, yeah.
Yeah, so then I'm like, this is it. This is my life, because we're the last game, and it goes so late, so it's like 11 p.m.
Oh, yeah, it was really late.
I had to wake up.
Night.
I slept for like 2 hours before my flight. I left at like 5 in the morning or something.
You leave really early. Honestly, it's smart, because when I think about doing that, I'm like, I don't want to wake up that early. It's so shitty. But then I'm there the whole day, and I'm like, why the fuck did I do this?
Yeah, because I was at home sleeping in my own bed at 10 a.m.
There's one thing on the finals day that was super good. Besides, obviously, I met a lot of cool people that want to take pictures and hang out, whatever. It was great. We got to get a CLG Reunion pic. Did you see that?
I did. That was cool.
Me, Brian, Cuddle, Magi, who won Melee there.
Yeah.
Beneath. Also, it was great. I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek. Beneath was late, of course. I got to see Brian F yell at Beneath one last time in the CLG late. Discord. Yep. He said, "Where the hell are you?" in all caps. And I was like, brings me back, dude. It's just like CLG's back together, dude. My union leader, Brian F. Dude, I'm excited to play Street Fighter with him.
He is the thing about Street Fighter is that he is such a Karen. So like every event, he's like, "Where's your rule set? I don't know." Oh
yeah. That's what I love about it. That's what I love about it.
Posted. Like he's a real Karen.
Yes. Every time we would ever do like a CLG meeting, me and Cuddle would be completely quiet and we'd wait for our turn to talk. But Brian would list off every problem, like way beyond stuff I would think of. And he would nail everything so we didn't say anything. I was like, that's my fucking king. And, you know, Brian's just like, we got to do it right. We got to do it right.
That's the thing.
I've never met someone that gives as much of a fuck about what they do like Brian F. I feel like a faker compared to him. I feel like a low life compared to Brian F. when it comes to streaming, dude. He cares so much. That shit's so awesome.
The tournament's 6 months away, and he's like pinging them every day. Like, I noticed you haven't posted a rule set. Calm down. Like, it's gonna be all right. Like, you're gonna make it, buddy. He's always going through it. You know. He's like,
I love that. I love that about him.
Yeah.
When he's on my side, it's great.
Yes. Yeah. If
when
he's against
he's not on my side, I'm scared.
That's the thing is like we have had dissenting opinions, but like you know how we both are. We both come prepared, and we're like, all right, fair enough. But it's just funny because like if it's same team, I'm like it's over for these motherfuckers. Like I'm right there with Brian. I'm like get his ass, and then I'll get him, and then it's over. I'm kind of the same way in that like you know when the commentators don't have food, I'm like listen, like we got it.
No, you're great, dude. You're great in general. I feel like every time I need a bitch, you're on my side. I'm like I needed this. Yeah, it's cathartic. Like, yesterday I was like, damn, I was like, Luke is hot. And you're like, you know, that's cool for you. I'm happy for you. I think he looks like he's a fun character to play.
That's true. You're like,
I was like, he's on my side.
Yeah, you were like, Luke is so hot. I'm like, I'm happy that I love that for you. I was like, I think I've been saying that a lot lately. I feel like that's the best phrase. Love that for you is so good. I use that all the time. Like, love that for you. Really happy that you're vibing and feeling.
That's my assist, dude.
Yeah,
Sajam is my assist.
You're like Captain America in Marvel. You're like, I need backup, and I just come in and I'm like, I love that for you. I do need backup. I'm just like out. Yeah, I try to do that. Dude. You know, I'm like,
we're a good team.
Yeah, I fly in from the sidelines, and I'm like, I'm really happy for you, or sorry you're going through that.
Yeah,
and I guess like the thing, and I'm just like, what's the I just do, everybody's like that. There's something like there's a magnetism when people want to bitch about stuff. They're like, you know who will be on my side? Sajam. And they're like, you know what 100%. I hate? And I'm like, who do we hate? Oh man, I hate that.
Yes, that is literally it. That's what I talked about. Remember 2 years ago, dude? I was like, you're the stoner whisperer.
Yeah.
That is exactly why. Dude, Strive Beta ended and I complained to you for like 5 hours, or I just talked about the game for like 5 hours. I think I was in a good mood.
Yeah, I think you were positive. Really you were like, yeah, look at them go. They did all this cool stuff. The lobbies are dog shit, but they'll never be a hacker man or anything, so we're fine. And I was like, you know what? There'll never be any problems. They're gonna keep everything's gonna get fixed in the release. Woo, guys, right? Yeah,
that's basically what I was thinking.
Yeah,
and then I was like, oh, I was wrong. But hey, at least you know I got to complain. I got to complain and praise it to you. Good teamwork, dude.
On the topic of hate and complaining about stuff, I think we got to go back to Edmund Honda.
You want to talk about Honda? Okay, let it out, dude.
I want to go back because I think we covered Combo Breaker. We got to go back to Edmund.
Great time. We can talk about Honda.
People have been so pissed about mid dispensers in our day, right? There's been a lot of mid dispensers
back in our day. You know,
I feel like we're in the same timeline. I'm watching Marissa do Bandit Bringer and Far Slash, aka Gladius and the Superman Punch, and I'm watching Edmund Honda do Totsugeki and Standing Heavy Punch, aka 5H, and I'm just like, we're in another timeline.
Yeah, like, dude, I literally was like, I don't know how much you mentioned what you think about Marissa, but like basically how I feel about her is I feel like she's like the perfect example of another mid dispenser.
Yeah.
Because one, she does a lot of damage. She does a lot of straightforward damage.
Yeah.
Which people always value so much at the start of a game. But obviously, like how well that works out for them It varies. Like there's a lot of characters that just do damage that are not good long term. The way that the game is, like obviously she's really overwhelming if you're not used to the system or like how to handle things. But like I feel like as people just learn more shit, like I randomly just found out that I can like EX spin through Gladius today.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, then that's actually like really important. That's another thing I just react to, right? Yeah. I feel like a lot of her shit to me, I don't think super highly of her. But I mean, that's obviously from the perspective of somebody that is very gear brained.
Yeah.
Who's seen a lot of mid dispenser characters.
Yeah, I was bitching about Marissa when I was playing her last because I was like, dude, so much of this is not that good. And like as I was doing it, I was thinking to myself like, man, this character is not for me because I think the long term of that character is extremely swingy, which is like, you know, it's very like you could just rob someone like she's that kind of character, right? Her damage is so high, you could just smoke someone so bad, but her core basic stuff I think is kind of whatever. So that's why for me it's like not a character for me. I'm not really that kind of enthusiast. And someone's gonna say like, don't you like Gold Lewis, right? Gold Lewis is similar, and I think the difference is that Gold Lewis is actually very solid in his neutral, right? Like his neutral is extremely proficient and solid, legitimately terrifying stuff that it's like, oh god, his win conditions are so good, and he can also play like a really solid whiff punish grounded game. And I feel like she doesn't have the mid-range of a character like that. I value mid-range, like stability in approach and other things like that. But to me, I think that character is like, people who have success with her will be all-inning you and destroying you. Like that's kind of the archetype, you know?
If we're going to talk about Gold Lewis compared to her, like it's not even close. In the context of Strive, like Gold Lewis starting offense on you is literally like, he is 1 second away from winning, basically. Yeah. Marissa is like fourth interaction, and usually like unless you're like really made a lot of mistakes or you're really greedy, you're not going to be the same like, oh, I have to just do something, I have to force something, I have to get out somehow. It's like, oh, I can just kind of react, see what she does, see how she forces things, right?
Yeah.
I really don't think very highly of her. I think it's characters that are straightforward and strong, especially early, are typically characters that with development for other characters tend to fall off significantly. Because I mean, I can imagine them finding stuff that's like, oh, an ultimate, like, oh, the character is entirely different now. It's like, oh, I just force shit harder and I RPS you to death, which is like, I feel like you could play another character for that. That's a little more stable, right?
For me, I haven't been playing her as much. And I've been playing other characters who are like more well-rounded, and it's like so noticeably.
It probably feels so much better.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, it's funny because my Marissa is like pretty close to master, and I was like, should I go back and finish? And I was like, I don't know if I'm trying to swing.
Finish the fight, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I'm trying to swing. Like, I was like thinking about it. I'm like, this is not for me. I think that character is way more swingy than my archetype. But I'm right there with you in that I think most people don't even think she's one of the best characters right now, and I think that it will probably go down. There's a lot of characters where I'm really like, ooh, that this character has a lot of valuable stuff, and it's interesting to see everybody's opinions on them be so different. Like, I think a lot of people, particularly in North America, don't think Luke is super good, but I think he's super solid, super well-rounded. I think he's one of the better characters in the game, actually. He just is like well-rounded. He does everything super well. He's like super good. And when I play him, I'm like, dude, this character has it all. Like, his buttons are good. I keep seeing people say his buttons are bad, too. I'm like, I'm so confused. And, like, other characters, too, that people have really high opinions on that I'm like, maybe I don't feel the same way. And there's some other characters that are interesting to me, too, like Cammy. A lot of people are, like, torn about whether they think she's, like, quite good or just ass. They're like, yeah, she has no damage and, like, she's, like, well-rounded or whatever, right? Like, it's, like, really interesting to hear people's thoughts on the game, really.
It's funny because I've seen so many people just be like, they actually do the Strive thing where like this character can't be good because you have to interact you have to interact basically on offense, which is like, that's like everyone has to interact with you in different ways.
Yeah,
I've heard a lot of dooming about Cammy because of that, where it's like, oh, she like her mix-up shit is not as good or something, so it's like, oh, she must be bad. But it's like, dude, she can win in like other ways and just like forcing offensive shit, right?
Yeah.
Especially in a game like Street Fighter. In this game especially, I feel like even if your character has like really bad offense, you could probably just win very reliably using system mechanics from playing neutral.
Yeah.
I basically just do drive rush shit all the time now, and that's basically my neutral. Hit confirm in a drive rush, and then if I guess wrong on offense, I'll just reset and do it again, dude.
Yeah. It's also interesting because there's lots of like good qualities a ton of characters have, but like seeing how it interacts is so interesting. I think the standouts right now, people think JP is quite good, I think, right?
Yeah.
And like I think he seems good. Whether he'll stay good or not probably depends on how strong his tech is and how hard the counters are to zoning, because there are some counters to his projectiles that are pretty strong, I think, but it depends. And then I think people are really high about Honda. Honda, I can't tell because I don't know if you know much about Street Fighter V Honda. Street Fighter V Honda did the same thing this Honda did, where like he just is incredibly belligerent. Like he's one of the most belligerent fighting game characters I've ever seen because his hands are plus. So he just does hands into hands into hands into hands and like steals turns and like he mashes EX. He just random does EX butt slam and you're like, all right. So that character in this game is so interesting because he is also extremely belligerent. But I can't tell if it's belligerent, like, and long-term pretty effective, or belligerent not
like
effective.
Straightforwardly effective.
Yeah, it's like so hard to tell which it is. But in the first week, he's like the best character in the game. Like you got to know, no one's gonna know how to stop him. So like he's just gonna run you over. You got to accept it, right? Like
you can't trust the community when they talk about any character with plus moves.
Yeah,
we had a little discussion about that too.
Honda doesn't have to do anything plus. He just does. Yeah. He just does full screen headbutt, and everybody's like, "Got me."
They freak out. I don't even know what it is. People just complain about him. People are just like, he's too advantageous. I'm like, where? And then they stop talking to me.
Yeah, everybody's just pissed. And also, it's interesting because, you know, like early on, everybody wants $1 million. They all want $1 million. So they're all trying to find the best character, right? They're all trying to figure it out. And it's like so difficult to tell who is strong or not, because to me in this game, so much of it is about the system. I think things that are good in this game, I think having plus on block mediums and having a throw loop are both really powerful for offense. And I think having a low that goes into drive rush also extremely good. I think that's like a really valuable thing. I also think that if your character doesn't have an invincible level 1 to deal with burnout, that is a really bad thing to not have. Because in the game, if you're in burnout and someone wants to drive impact you into the corner, which they all want to do,
your ass is dead.
Yeah, not having a level 1 to interrupt that is really bad, because if you have to do a level 2, that is like an extremely expensive way to escape the corner. Whereas if your character can level 1, like you build basically 2 meters around in this game, spending 1 bar to get out is like not extremely detrimental. So if your character doesn't have an invincible level 1, that's not good. Like I think DJ doesn't have one, Zangief doesn't have one either, which is like I think pretty rough for him. Having minus buttons is not bad if your character has something else that's threatening on offense or neutral to make it fine, and you have good drive rush. Because like Manon doesn't have a plus button, but she has drive rush into command grab or not. So,
and that's more than enough for me.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It felt like a scientific test, dude. I press the command grab, I get dopamine. It's just like crazy how that works, right?
Yeah,
that shit does so much damage. I actually have so much fun with Manon. I think her character archetype is really interesting. I'm like, I should have reflect on the fact that getting out of the corner will be harder, but in exchange, like, you know, my offense is good, but also I just play resources around that. Like I need to be clearly more careful of burnout if that's a concern, right? And that's why I also like the system, like I was talking about earlier, like having that sort of aspect to it. I don't think like, level 2, having a level 2 invul super is a problem. I think of it as, I need to change my game plan. I mean, that's obviously the thing that should be the case.
And I mean, sometimes you're going to get put in the corner and burn out and die. Like, that's life. Like, you know, and that's like every character in the game. Like, even if you do have an invincible super. It's actually really interesting, the character opinions so early. Everybody is like rabid to find the good stuff that's going to be good long enough for them to get $1 million. Even if they're like...
Peace out.
Either like a gold
Chipotle, and the Chipotle.
Yeah, the Chipotle. Someone who's in gold is like, dude, I gotta play the best character. Like they're trying to figure it out, you know, like I gotta get that million. I'm like, just, you know, play the character you think is dope and have a good time. I'm not really that worried about it.
Dude, I'm more interested in the Chipotle than the $1 million, to be honest with you.
That's what I'm saying. The prize for the 2v2 tournament is absurd. First of all, there's a lot of money on the line.
I looked. That's what I was bitching about earlier. I was like, it's only available to Americans. The fuck's up with that?
Well, if you're in America and you play in it, you get Chipotle for a year, burritos for a year, a trip to EVO, and I think it's like $5,000 for first or something like that. That's pretty ham.
Dude, I should just fly over to your house and play there. Yeah, I'll be an American citizen for like
it's a wild prize. I think 7th place is like $1,000, by the way.
Dude, that sounds great. And Chipotle.
And some
Chipotle gift cards, dude.
Yeah. It's pretty
Dude.
beast, I gotta say. There's a Chipotle in Japan, I think, actually. Obama brought it up.
Really?
I think there is one. I don't know where it is, but like it feels like Japan has like at least one of a lot of fast food chains.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there's one here, but it's like in the middle of Toronto. I'm not going there for Chipotle.
Love Chipotle. Hashtag Chipotle partner, excuse me.
Oh, hashtag Chipotle partner.
Yes.
Not me, but him.
Yes.
I'm so fucked up.
Come
over
through.
That.
That's how we bleed for Chipotle.
We bleed for Chipotle. Yeah. Dude,
Justin.
actually, a lot of general character opinions. I mean, first impressions are always shitty as fuck from everybody. It's hard to find someone that's going to have actually a good grasp of how things work with how early developed a lot of these characters are with the system that's in the game. Just how the general characters work. Like I think characters are at least like fairly straightforward, but there's so many like different spacings and interactions that actually matter a lot, which is also another reason why I find Street Fighter super interesting.
Yeah,
I've always liked Street Fighter. I never like had time to compete in it, you know?
Yeah, unlike like Street Fighter 5 had a lot of the same character in the sense that like many of the archetypes were like, or many of the characters were the same archetype, but slightly different. So there's a lot of like why play X when you could just play Y? Which like one button hit confirm character should I play, right? Like, there's like a lot of that. I think in 6, it seems like the character archetypes are unique enough that hasn't been a thing. Although we'll have to see over time because like there could just be some character that's like super ham. But like the early impression, I don't know. I feel like everywhere I look, everybody thinks every character is good. Like people think DJ is like super good, and like I know some people think Jury and Luke are like really really strong. Guile still was very high opinion in the beta, and I think people still have like a pretty high opinion.
I've never seen anyone talk about Guile. I actually forgot Guile was in the game.
He's really good. It's funny because so many people are like not talking about him or playing him as much. I know like Neubenheimer, he played a lot of Guile, right? And then like he was playing Marissa on launch and was like, this character is not it. I'm trying to throw booms. Like he just gave up and went back to Guile. He's like, no, I'm not playing this.
Gotta go back to the old him, dude. Yeah, he was bragging at Cumberland. He's like Guile's crazy, dude. Like Guile's crazy. I was like, there's no way this Guile is crazy, you know?
Yeah.
There's no
way.
He
is, he's been dabbling. He's been playing.
He's been dabbling. True. He's been dabbling.
He hit master, yeah. He's playing, dude. He's got like 7 months of experience.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, he's a professional. His Guile's impressive.
I just did my placements. I got diamond, dude.
Nice.
And I've just been sitting there.
That's one of my biggest problems with this game. If you don't make it to diamond, that character's over. I'm never playing them again because it takes so long to climb in this game because you get like 50 points on a win or you lose 40 on a loss, right? And it takes forever. Someone said that if you get platinum 1, it's 100 wins with no losses to get to diamond.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, that is so much.
That's going in the trash. That's the Jury experiment failed, to say the least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually true, but that is a lot of points if it's true. It's like I've been playing. I have a few characters that are almost master. I have like 2 or 3 that are right around master, and it takes so long to grind. Even just going from diamond like 19,000 LP to 25 for master, right? 6,000 LP. It takes so long. Brian plays gold on Manon. Yeah, somebody brought it up. He plays gold on Manon. And he played for like his whole stream, like 4 or 5 hours or whatever, probably, right? And then like he hit plat at the end of it. And I'm like, dude, Brian playing against gold players, his win rate must have been quite high. So like it's taking him forever to climb through. I'm like, man, if you place lower than your other characters, so like let's say your main is diamond, if you place like plat or something, or like low plat especially, it's gonna take a long time, I think. Like
I don't know. I don't like that. I'm definitely not going to ranked instantly with new fucking characters then.
Well, ranked
I had no idea.
I like ranked for playing players of your same skill level, and there's nothing above master. So like once you hit 25k, that's it. Like there's that's the ceiling. You can't go below master, and then you're just
Wait, you can't go down once you've gotten there.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think if you go under, you're just there, and then you just keep climbing endlessly, and there's no rank, which makes me think they're gonna do a reset at some point or add new ranks. Like why would master be the highest if there's not gonna be a reset of some kind or something else?
They did it with 5, right? They added like a lot of ranks, didn't they?
I think GM, UGM, and Warlord were all added, if I remember.
So
Master,
maybe they'll do something like that.
Yeah, I think it was like Diamond and Master were in originally. The problem with Street Fighter 5 though is they never reset it. So if you like played since season 1 on the same account, then like as long as your win rate's not like it's above 50%, you will have climbed the entire time, right? So you're just
Yeah.
you're going up and up and up and up and up endlessly. Which, like, if you're in a bracket where you're like going back and forth with everybody and your matches are even, that's cool because like you're in a rank that you belong. But if your win rate is high at whatever rank you're at, you just climb forever. And there's like, whoever puts in the most time has the highest rank and not the best player necessarily.
Yeah.
Right?
And that shit always sucks.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, as like messy as it is, I actually kind of like Tekken's rank system.
Yeah.
It's like, it's cool. A lot. I learned a lot about it also through the CLG FTC channel. And it's like, dude, there's so much shit there. I mean, I'm used to the fucking Strive Tower, dude. Look at me.
Where there's nothing. Like, there's
literally nothing. You get in, then that's it.
Yeah. And like every time you run into someone with an aura, unless it's like a professional player, it's someone who's just like bashed a lot in the tower. Like, it's just someone you're like, okay, like, all right, this person just played a lot of games this month. But I do think the interesting thing about Street Fighter rank is that the characters are individually ranked. I do like that a lot. I think having it tied to one rank is not good because it's like pretty whack to have all of your characters on one ranking system. Yeah, that is also pretty bad.
A lot of the games have been like, they really minimize the amount of ranks and it makes it kind of messy. Like, I mean, Celestial is a good example of how terrible system is because it's like you could literally play someone that just barely got out of floor 10 or you're playing fucking Nubenheimer.
That is a cool problem in Street Fighter also though, because if you pick advanced on your placements, you play people who are plat and up, right? So I played DJ and I was like, let me do my DJ qualifiers. I hit like diamond on my qualifiers with like Marissa and Luke. I was like, all right, cool, let me do DJ now. My DJ qualifiers, I played against Julio, the Ken player. He may have done a little bit of drugs in the past in regards to Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6. He's the #1 ranked player when I played him in my qualifiers. And then I played Chris T. So I went 6-4. I won every match that wasn't those two. And I got placed in plat. And I was like, dude, that's messed up. Like
that's fucked up.
Yeah, I played against literally the highest ranked player and Chris T, who's like Diamond 4 Ken at the time or something, right? And then everybody else I just beat with my DJ, and then it gave me, whatever. Yeah, Arcade Rat is Julio.
I'm cautiously optimistic about how the future is for it, because at least they've shown they will do stuff with the rank system, or they have. I'm not gonna bitch about Strive. I swear, I won't. I won't. I swear, I just won't.
Got to keep it together.
But I want to so bad.
I think like they'll do resets, and they have like an online tournament feature in the game too that gave you goodies in the beta. Like if you place in it, it gives you drive tickets, and like your avatar can wear like devil horns or wings or whatever. That was in the beta for winning it, which was cool. So I'm sure they'll do stuff like that once things are a little bit more stable, because like they were just waiting because the launch had like 70K concurrent players or something, which is more than DBFZ, which is the previous high of all regular fighting games that wasn't Multiversus, where you're freaking on them.
That was a great time too, wasn't it?
I had a great time. The Multiversus is a great time. I can't wait for that game to release. That was the beta. Yeah. It's not released right now.
It was the beta. I forgot about that, dude. Oh yeah, they released it like a year later, huh?
Yeah, I don't know when that's gonna come out, but they You're
right. You're right.
Street Fighter 6 had like 70K, which is like that's a lot. Everybody who played Multiversus stopped playing, so I had no teammates after the first.
Hey, that is not true. I was still out there.
The game's literally not available right now. You are not out there. No one's out there.
I was out there, dude.
Chat was like, "Are you gonna play today?" I was like, "Nobody's on."
Hey, that is not true. That
did happen. I was like, well,
you could have asked me. You could have been like, hey, I need someone to freak on it. It's like, dude, look at me. I'm ready to freak at them. You're
already playing your favorite online video game, Guilty Gear Strive.
I probably was. But I want to take it back. That's when people really wanted us to start doing collabs. We'd stream and definitely have a community, communities that are fairly interlapped.
Yeah, and like the other thing is that there's not a lot of ways for fighting games to like do collabs besides playing each other. So you kind of have to like go out of your way to do something, which is good. I think people like it when you do anything collaborative, which is why I want to like have some more people on and like say what up. Like you mentioned Brian. I was like, maybe I should ask if Brian wants to talk sometime. Could you imagine him just getting on there and be like, hello gamers?
I don't even have a name for our podcast. I was gonna just say me and Sajam.
I just use my Jam Radio overlay because
good enough. Jam Radio. Hey guys, love this podcast. It's so good, right? So cool. Hey, if I go to America to enter the Chipotle tournament, it's a 2v2 tournament, dude.
Don't you have to live in America? Do you have proof of residency here? I gotta ask Chipotle.
I mean,
I'm gonna get them on the line. I'm like, hey,
let's ask them.
John Chipotle, do you know the rules?
Yeah, John Chipotle, let Romolla participate in this
I got him on
QB2
speed
tournament.
dial. I'll let you know.
Yeah, call John Chipotle. I would love to have Brian F on it because I'm just gonna instigate shit. I just want him to bitch. I just want him to complain. That's gonna be beautiful.
You don't have to do that. He naturally.
No,
bitches,
I want to.
As do I.
I want to.
I can't wait.
Then I could be like, hey, have you ever heard about what Sajam said about a mustache? And
he knows. He's well aware.
I know he knows. But I'd like to hear it from his own mouth.
I made a tweet. We were next to each other on the Marissa leaderboard, and I tweeted, "I'm next to my favorite mustache streamer." Yeah,
dude, he shaved it.
It had to happen. Eventually it reaches critical mass. I understand.
Critical mass, the ship is about to break apart.
Yeah, like if your mustache becomes too overwhelming, it starts to it's like the symbiote, right? Like it starts to take over, and you're like, I don't like this anymore. And
it takes over.
Yeah, your mustache is like, we don't like this anymore. I'm like, nope, you gotta go. And then that's when you trim it. You're like, I don't vibe with this. Yeah,
your mustache is talking to you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like Spider-Man 3.
It's exactly like that. Dancing in the street.
That's insane.
Maybe I revealed a secret that I'm not supposed to tell people, but that's how it is. You gotta be careful.
Can't say I ever had a facial hair, dude, or a mustache, I should say. I wouldn't get it. The Multiversus thing, I didn't realize people wanted us to collab so bad. But I don't know. I just kind of was like, oh, let's hang out and do fun stuff sometimes. Because we're friends. We just like hanging out. But it's really cool to me when we did, especially the Frosty one. Dude, people fucking loved.
People like that.
They love that shit.
I realized it too because I've done a bunch with LK and other people too. Like he's been doing a lot. He's really been collab mode,
that's
right?
Mr. Collab over there, dude.
Yeah, and everything that fighting game players do together always does well. Like LK and JM have made 500 good supers, bad moves, bad supers,
bad moves, evil moves in fighting games.
Yeah, most evil moves in fight. He had Brian on the show.
Yeah, Brian I saw the thumbnail, dude.
He was like, here's my example from Street Fighter Season 2 and Season 3, and here's Season 1. I was like, damn, he picked all Street Fighter 5 clips. Love that for Brian.
Dude. I just want to talk about Brian F. Fuck everything else, dude. I love Brian F's thumbnails when he does the...
all close to the camera, yeah.
I fuck with that, dude.
He does that a lot, to be fair. His thumbnails are terrifying. I can't make that face. I think I would die. So,
dude, I can't even fake it. It's that came from something I do not have.
The funniest thing is, do you guys think about this too? Like when you see someone's thumbnails where they're making faces like that, you know that they were sitting in their room by themselves and they turned on their camera and started making faces into the camera. That happened for them to those thumbnails to exist. I
never think about that, but why would you say that? Because now I'm going to think about it. Give me your best thumbnail face. I
don't make thumbnail faces.
But if you did.
That's actually not true. There are thumbnail faces of me. It's always me doing this. It's I'm thinking. I'm like, It's always me like this, or it's a picture of me back from E-League, what
about you doing
No. Doesn't happen here. Not that kind of a channel. If I did that, Moss would drop from the rafters and slice my neck live on Twitch.
Yeah, you would be in trouble, huh?
It has to naturally occur. Otherwise, if Moss can detect if there's 1% of fake hype from me, he'll come out from the rafters and kill me. Good. It's not a joke.
That's cool. I like that though.
Love that about him.
But that's why your channel's good, dude. I'm proud of my channel for the same reason, dude.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, you get 100% me. No matter what.
I have to say, that was the nicest part about Combo Breaker is I got to hang out with Moss and all the other Hoop Squad people and everybody.
That was lovely.
It was cool.
That was lovely.
I haven't seen him in person for 3 years, which is most people because of COVID, right? 3.5 or something.
Moste called himself a fucking nerd emoji.
He did. Everybody with glasses is a nerd emoji now, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
It's that easy?
I think that's what happened.
Why? That's my thing.
Yeah. Well, that's
me.
I thought being a white guy with a beard was my thing, and then
I guess that's gone out the window.
It's funny how these things work, right? You're like, well,
that's really gone out the window, huh?
Yeah, nobody else has ever tried this. Wear glasses or be white with a beard.
I think white guy with a beard. I'm like, oh, that's Sajam. But see, that's why you're grumpy about Brian F and Diafun's mustache because you're treading on my territory.
No, that's a whole other territory. Their mustache is treading on them is the problem.
You think so?
Yeah, that's a whole other territory. They're fighting each other. When people think about me, they don't think, oh, Sajam the mustache guy.
Yeah.
It's not my thing. Those two are fighting for the same occupation. Dude, someone called the mustache an interloper, You're so right. I love
it. Is the
that's
interloper,
a good
dude.
phrase.
I don't like that actually. I changed my mind.
That's a good name.
Dude.
I'm a big fan of the interloper. That's powerful.
I don't like. You said their face is like a battleground, dude.
Yeah, I want to see the speed run of Diaphone just growing his mustache. It's like the timer is like 8 days or something, and he's just like another day growing the mustache. Like,
I want to see that too. Diaphone, don't shave for like 3 weeks. Just see what happens, dude.
Yeah, I'm curious because he does all the speed runs. He does the ranked speed runs. I'm trying to see it.
Yeah.
Can I just say my favorite Diaphone thing that he does is when he's just like, "Hey, what's up, YouTube? We're back at it again. So maybe make sure you psych in the little script." No, guys, we gotta try again. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Like back at like live on stream, and I'm watching him.
I love that shit. I love that shit so much.
Dude, I have to tune out. The minute he starts trying to film a YouTube video, I'm like, I'll go watch this on YouTube. I can't do it, dude. I can't. He's just so funny, man.
I fucking love that shit.
It's
Diaphone is 100%. I don't know how to describe him other than this dude is YouTube pilled. I don't know how else to describe
That's why I like him, I think.
Take 5, Diaphone. Let's go. Let's go, King. You know?
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep this show rolling.
That's my favorite thing, too. Giuna does it, too. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, we're going to do it. He does, like, the whole thing, and then he ends. Like, you can see he ends recording. He's like, I don't like that one. We got to do that again.
Do it again, guys.
And he, like, does the clap again. And I'm just like, dude, it's so fun. Like, watching the process live just doesn't feel right.
It's weird. It's so weird. But I kind of like it. I kind of like it a little
I can't be there for it. It feels too invasive. Like, I'm not supposed to be seeing it.
Even on CLG, when I was like, well, I need to do this again. I'd be like, hey, could you edit that out? I'd be like, I'm so sorry, dude. I hate for you to see me like this. Please edit that last part out. I need you to do that last part. I'm gonna do it again, okay? But it was like I felt like shameless, dude. Yeah. I felt literally shameless. They're doing it in public.
I'm also like a one-take gamer. Like I used to when I did YouTube, I would refilm everything like 7 times if it was bad. But since I started doing live events, I've lost the ability to do multiple takes. I'm like, I'm going to do it live once and it's going to be great. Here we go. And I just do it. Like I'm super not used to doing lots of takes, which is funny because I mentioned the thumbnail thing, but I had to do all the Chipotle VO you guys have heard everywhere. And so like I had to sit in my room and they're like, for every line, we need like 3 or 4 different versions of all of it with different inflections. So I'm just like the Chipotle Challenger series. And then I had to do that. And then I'm like, and the Chipotle Challenger series. So I'm like sitting in my room by myself with like nothing else, just doing this. And as I'm doing, I like hear Jeremy walking around the house and stuff in the background. Like other people are just walking around. And I'm just like, this is such a weird thing to just do in your room by yourself. Like it's just so odd. I did not enjoy it.
Dude, you're Chipotle's strongest warrior.
Yeah. Well,
you are their #1 challenger. Dude.
I wanted to just do 1 take for each. I was like, I'll do 1 take, and then
faster that way.
We need 3 or 4 of each, and I was like, what are you guys, professionals? No, dude.
Yeah, don't fuck with that, dude.
Yeah,
I especially don't fuck with that, dude.
Yeah,
Chipotle's never gonna hit me up because they'll be like, we need 3 takes.
Just grab Sajam. He'll do everything. He'll do the video. He'll do this.
Just send me food and get Sajam.
Yeah.
I think that's everything. I think we talked about everything we wanted to. It's been a long 2 hours.
I was gonna say that I feel like not only did we cover everything, but my body is vibrating from not playing Street Fighter 6. Like,
I was about to say
it's the longest I've been away so far.
Yeah, I can't hold you back anymore.
It's time. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
It was a lot of fun, dude. Great vibes. Yeah, it was fun as always.
We'll chit chat again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We literally will.
All right, later, gamer. Have a lovely one.
A lot of fun. You too, dude. Peace.
Peace.